You're listening to the PR Report. I'm your host, Pleb Rising. Today is episode 10, and we're going over chapter 10 of The Sovereign Individual, Mastering the Transition to the Information Age. Chapter 10 is entitled The Twilight of Democracy, and tying in with the book's theme of the new revolution of power that is liberating individuals at the expense of the 20th century nation-state. Twilight of Democracy starts to unwind this demise of the nation-state part of the book's theme. They hit this topic from four high-level perspectives. One's scale, another one's geography, leadership, and citizenship. In terms of scale, authors point out a quote from a writer and futurist and businessman from the 20th century by the name of Alvin Toffler. And he said, "Mass democracy is the political expression of mass production, mass distribution, mass consumption, mass education, mass media, mass entertainment, and all the rest." And that IT is replacing mass production, which is ushering forth this twilight of mass democracy. From a geographical perspective, they point out that typically democracy is bound to a place or regions, specific areas of physical locale, and that this representative form of democracy that we've all been engaging in over the last couple hundred years is tied to place. And without that, a lot of these forms of representation don't make as much sense. And in an era where information technology is transcending place, these geographically bound structures of representative rulership or representative democracy are going to be on the decline. From a leadership perspective, the most successful leaders are routinely hired by proprietors through selection processes, which those with the greatest interests at stake have an unequal and disproportionately greater say in determining the outcome. If democratic selection were truly a superior method to identify competent leaders, you would expect to see it as a universal decision rule. Instead, it is confined almost solely to the political realm. They're pointing out here that only in democracy do you see such incompetent people rising to the top in positions of leadership. And if you look around to the business world, people who are successful in the business world are successful because they're smart, they provide value, they know how to solve problems, they know how to work well with people, they know how to provide value to segments of the market that are ready for disruption or can be optimized or can be innovated and used more efficiently or worked with more efficiently. And these are the people that are providing real benefits to society, not modern day politicians as we see them on TV or know them through mainstream media. From a citizenship perspective, the average citizen of the Western nation state is becoming denationalized in the information age. They have shifting affinity groups. They're no longer going to have their identity bound up with the nation. It's going to have less to do with the large structural national identity and more to do with their individual preferences and skill sets and others that complement those skill sets. This is how people are going to be moving forward in a post-nation state perspective. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.